Hey, what's up guys? To celebrate the first day of summer, I have an amazing little fermentation project for you guys to take on. I'm gonna show you how to make old school fermented strawberry style soda. And it's the best thing about this is that it's naturally carbonated. And you know what? I bet you didn't know this, but how do you think they carbonated things back in the day? No, not with these CO2 cartridges that we have now, but naturally with a little yeast and a little TLC. And that's what I'm gonna show you guys how to do today. We're gonna make naturally fermented strawberry soda. It couldn't be easier, and it is perfect for the hot, sultry days upon us. So let's get fermenting. Bring 2 cups of bottled non-chlorinated water to a rolling boil. Into that, we're gonna add the juice of 1 lemon, 1 cup of sugar, and just a tish of salt. And we're gonna allow this to dissolve for about a minute. In a bowl here, I have 1.5 pounds of frozen strawberries. I find that frozen strawberries work best in this recipe. And we're gonna take the liquid that we brought to a boil, and we're just gonna pour it on top. This is 2 cups. And we're just gonna stir this and allow these to sit for about 8 minutes until they soften. Grab yourself a hand wand and let's puree these until perfectly smooth. Grab an empty 2-liter bottle, a funnel, and let's pour this mixture right in. Fill the remainder of the bottle up with bottled non-chlorinated water, almost to the top, but not all the way because we want to leave a little bit of space. The last part, we're just going to add 1/8 teaspoon of champagne yeast, or white wine yeast, or wine yeast. Let's put a cap on this, nice and tight. Give it a good shake. Get all that yeast dispersed. What I want you to do is we're going to take this, or you're going to take it, and you're going to put it in a cold, dark part of your home, and you're going to let it sit there for 24 hours. What's going to happen is, as the yeast starts to absorb this sugar, CO2 is going to form. And as you can see, this is soft now. In about 24 hours, this is going to be rock solid, and that's how we know when it's going to be ready. So I'm going to check back with you in 24 hours. All right, guys, so I've had this hanging out in a really cool dark area of my apartment for about 1.5 days now. And as you can tell, it is really, really hard, which is definitely indicative that there is a lot of carbon dioxide buildup, which means this beverage is going to be super carbonated, and that yeast has done its job absolutely. So there's only one of things 2 left to do. One, of course, is being the taste test. And second is that we have to release some of this carbonation. And it's not like opening a regular soda, let me tell you. It is so built up in here that you have to do it really, really slowly. If you do it all at once, it's going to be an absolute disaster, and I speak from experience. I go crazy with it, and I think I can just open it all up and it goes all over the place. So please start it off really slow. This is what I mean, guys. If you open it too fast, it's just going to really get out of control, and it's really going to come up, and potentially get all over you. So just be really patient with it. It's going to be worth the wait, I guarantee it. All right, guys, lastly, let's give it a quick taste test. It's got a really cool consistency. Let's see. Awesome carbonation, not too sweet, but just sweet enough. Loving this. Definitely try this out. But before I let you go, guys, I just want to say a couple things about this. One, I know I'm going to ask this question. Is there alcohol in here because it's fermented? Yes, there is. There's probably a very, very, very small amount of alcohol in here. I only allowed it to ferment for 1.5 days, so it's still going to be kid-friendly. I mean, are you going to get buzzed off of it? Absolutely not, but there is a little bit more. If I was to leave this out for like 4 or 5 days, yes, then a lot more alcohol would form, but that's not what I'm instructing you to do. 2, if you want to, you can strain the seeds out of here. I know some of you guys are seed sensitive and you just don't like it. I kind of think it adds to it. I think it makes it, a really cool beverage experience. So I like to leave them in. And 3rd, I recommend that after 1.5 days, you put this in the refrigerator for an additional 3 or 4 days before trying it, because it's going to stop the fermentation process, not completely, but almost entirely, but still the carbonation process is still going to increase, and you're going to have that much more of a fizzy, delicious beverage, which I suggest that you do. Check out our homemade, naturally fermented ginger ale on the way out. We made a video about that last year. It was spectacular, and I would love for you to try that as well. I had a great time with you guys. And until next time, cheers.